It's been given many names: broadbill, emperor, gladiator. While the ocean is a brutal battlefield where every predator is trying to eat everything else, the swordfish consistently sits right at the very top. Its scientific name, Xiphias gladius, literally translates to sword. For thousands of years, humans looked at that 3-foot-long, sharpened weapon attached to its face and made one obvious assumption: it must stab its prey like a living spear. But recently, science has flipped that idea on its head. A swordfish that actually tries to stab its prey is the swordfish most likely to die. Because if you stab something big underwater, your weapon gets stuck, your face gets tethered to a thrashing victim, and in the open ocean, losing your speed is a death sentence. Even worse, that sword is made of bone. One wrong twist from a powerful prey, and it can snap clean off, leaving the swordfish helpless, unbalanced, and hydrodynamically ruined. So if the sword isn't for stabbing, then what the hell is it for? Why would evolution attach something so extravagant and seemingly impractical to its face? And how has this creature still become one of the ocean's most dominant apex predators? Today, we're diving in to find out why we were wrong about swordfish. Not a billfish like the others. People usually think of a fish with a long, pointy nose as a marlin or sailfish, which is a type of billfish. They do look alike on the outside, sleek, strong, and fast. But in terms of science, the swordfish is unique. The Istiophoridae family includes marlins and sailfish. The swordfish is the only extant member of the Xiphiidae family. It's in a league of its own, and that individuality appears in how it hunts. For hundreds of years, we thought it swam around like an underwater knight, stabbing prey. It made sense on paper, a big spike, so you can stab objects with it. But that plan would be a death sentence. If you hit a 100-pound tuna or barracuda with your car, you are now physically tied to an animal that is scared and fighting. You lose all your speed. In the wide open ocean, where speed is life or death, that instant of being stuck might kill you. So swordfish don't stab. They hit. The art of the slash. They go right into thick schools of mackerel, squid, or even tuna at highway speeds. Then they violently shake their heads from side to side, turning that stiff bill into a deadly mix of a blunt force bat and a razor-sharp cutting blade. They don't want to stab their target like meat on a kebab. They want to break it apart, which means breaking spines, stunning fish, and leaving a trail of dead or disabled people floating in the water. After that, they casually loop back and eat when they want. The bill isn't as sharp as a dagger. It is flat and thin. But when you're going that quickly and hitting with that much force, even an edge that looks like a metal ruler will cut through skin neatly. It works if you swing a ruler hard and quickly enough to cut through a fish. This slashing tactic helps them quickly knock down whole campuses without getting stopped or losing speed. It's nasty, effective, and just right for living as a high-speed ocean gladiator. Growing up means losing weapons. You'd think that an apex predator would have huge jaws and rows of sharp teeth to eat all those stunned or diced-up prey, and baby swordfish do just that. When swordfish hatch, they are very small, only a few millimeters long and virtually see-through. They have regular scales all over their body and a mouth full of sharp, aggressive teeth. But when they turn 18, they lose everything. All of the teeth fall out, all of the scales go away. As they get older, most animals in the wild add armor and weaponry. Swordfish do the opposite. Their sword is the main tool they use. They don't need teeth anymore, because they can cut their prey into tiny pieces that they can swallow with that bill. Taking off the scales also cuts down on drag, which lets them swing the bill even quicker, which is excellent for dicing fish. It's a big change in evolution. Get rid of the old weapons so the sword can do all the work. Why swinging actually works underwater. It should be a bad idea to swing a weapon underwater. The drag is crazy when you swing a baseball bat in a pool. You can't really make power or speed. A swordfish should be careful not to break its own neck by whipping its head that hard, but it works great for them. One reason is that the neck doesn't have all the power. The big body and strong tail do. The whole torso moves. Their bodies are quite sleek, but the actual secret is their size and muscles. These fish don't look very graceful or elegant. A huge swordfish can weigh more than 1,000 pounds, which is much more than you might think. That raw heft and muscle gave them a lot of kinetic energy, which enabled them cut through water and deliver lethal blows. They aren't made for traveling slowly, they're made for speed and violence. Battles with giant squid. They don't only catch little fish. Swordfish also hunt gigantic squid, which are one of the most famous animals in the ocean. Swordfish also fight in the deep water, even though sperm whales are more well known for it. A swordfish may weigh about 1,000 pounds, while a huge squid could weigh about 500. But swordfish battles are closer and more dangerous than sperm whale fights, which have a huge size advantage 50,000 plus. They frequently go after smaller or younger squid so they don't get hurt badly. Giant squid live thousands of meters below the surface, which gives them an edge in the dark. The swordfish doesn't go for the squid's body core when it lashes out with its strong tentacles. Instead, it violently whips its body, sending all that force into the sharp edges of its bill. It cuts through the tentacles in a planned way, taking away the squid's only weapons of defense and attack. The squid can't do anything once it's disarmed. The swordfish goes back around, picks up the cut-off tentacles, and eats them. Tentacle scars on swordfish bodies show that these encounters did happen. We don't have clear footage yet because these fights happen so deep, but the scars show that the fights were vicious and opportunistic. Live fast, grow insanely fast, or die. Swordfish don't have live births like some big ocean predators do. Their babies come out of eggs as tiny, clear larvae with no swords that are only a few millimeters long. They have to grow so fast, faster than practically any other vertebrate, so they can live in a world full with things that want to consume them. As soon as they hatch, they eat all the time. They start with plankton, then move on to little fish, then bigger fish, and so on, until they can consume squid and other big prey. Get big right away, or you'll die. By the time they are 4, many of them are already close to adult size. That kind of rapid growth needs a lot of aggression and food. It makes them think of practically everything as either food or a barrier. Pure aggression and a lonely life. Swordfish may seem crazy in their heads because they are so aggressive. There are records of them attacking deep-sea submersibles thousands of feet down, ramming huge oil drilling rigs, and hitting steel boat hulls so hard that they break their own swords in the metal. Most animals have a simple way to figure out if something is dangerous, if it's bigger, made of metal, and making a lot of noise. Swim away. Swordfish don't care about that at all. They throw their 1,000-pound bodies at machines and factories out of pure rage over their territory. Their brains don't seem to process fear the same way. Because of reason, adult swordfish typically dwell alone. If they went in bunches, they might destroy whole ecosystems in a matter of days. You don't see adults near each other very much, except for short mating times. There really isn't enough room in the ocean for more than one of these gadgets that burn calories. A swordfish nearby isn't a friend, it's a rival stealing your food. And they are just as aggressive about competitors as they are at steel hulls. What finally kills the gladiator? As adults, swordfish sit so high on the food chain that few predators regularly hunt them. Sharks and orcas might take one occasionally, but only with coordinated effort. What actually brings them down are the invisible enemies, microscopic parasites. Swordfish are notorious hosts for dozens of specialized parasites, worms, copepods, and other nasty organisms that latch onto gills and feed on internal organs. These fish burn enormous calories, staying warm and swimming fast. If parasites damage the gills and reduce oxygen intake, their speed drops. If speed drops, they can't catch enough food. And then the downward spiral begins. Constant hyperaggression, extreme daily temperature shifts from vertical migrations, and massive energy burn eventually wear the body down. Most swordfish, especially males, don't even make it to 10 years. Nature always balances the scales. When you get to live as this sick, awesome, perma-adrenaline ocean gladiator, it costs you something in the end. The swordfish isn't the stabbing knight we imagined for centuries. It's a high-speed slashing machine. A 1,000-pound beast that lost its teeth and scales on purpose, swings its bone sword like a madman, disarms giant squid in the dark, and charges anything that gets in its way. We were wrong about swordfish because we underestimated how weird and extreme evolution can get when survival demands pure aggression and speed. It lives fast, grows insanely fast, fights like it has nothing to lose, and accepts a shorter life for the thrill of dominance. If you enjoyed this wild ride through one of the ocean's most misunderstood gladiators, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep-sea secrets, and tell me in the comments, which ocean predator should we expose next? Thanks for watching. Stay curious. The ocean is still full of surprises.
To swallow whole. But even this raises another question. Because swinging